Here is a video for how to fill in the graphic organizer for the new vocabulary for investigation 3 of comparing and scaling. And as you are watching this video, you can pause it at any time so that you will have enough time to fill in the spots, but when you're done, you will have the graphic organizer complete. Let's start with some vocab words that are not on your graphic organizer, but you need to kind of understand what we're talking about. Here's the relationship. There's two people that we'll be talking about. Consumers, another word for consumer would be customer, buyer. That's all of us. We buy things, we purchase things. The other person in this relationship would be a producer or a salesman or a clerk. These are people who are selling you something. So just keeping that in mind, we're talking about two kinds of people, like the sellers and then the consumers. So find the place on there that says buying price, and here is the definition for buying price. So it's what you buy it for, the price you pay. Buying price does not include taxes. They will be added later. There's another kind of price called the selling price. And selling price is when a store or a dealer buys the item. So it's what's sold to them as, not what you... It could be both things. It depends in the situation. So one of the words in your graphic organizer is commission. And we'll get to the definition for a second, but let me just try to paint a picture for you. I showed you here a car dealership because at a car dealership, people who sell cars often work on commission. Another place that people work on commission would be a realtor. There's a picture of a house by a lake, and so someone who is trying to help someone sell their house is called a realtor, and a realtor works on commission. They usually get about 2 to 3% of the sale. Other people who work on commission are people who work for things like Avon or maybe Pampered Chef or other types of businesses like that that people do from their home. They typically get a commission also. So here is the definition of commission. So if you're a salesperson, you sell something and then you get a percent of that sale. And the more you sell, the greater money you make because you're getting a greater total. When you're calculating commission, using a proportion will really help you keep track of how much money it is. So you can write those things down. The next word is markups. Markups are not something that we're familiar with. We don't hear about them a lot because we don't work in sales. But let's say you work at a concession stand. Say you're a volunteer at a concession stand for maybe TSA, or maybe when you're for maybe your football team or your baseball team, or somebody works in concessions. Well, at the concession stand, they sell different items, but often there are things they didn't make from scratch. For example, they might sell candy bars. Well, when they bought the candy bars in bulk, they had to pay for them, and so maybe they paid like 25 cents for each candy bar. Well, when they sell them to the customers, they're going to sell them for more than 25 cents because they want to try to make money off of it. If they sell it for exactly 25 cents, then they're going to break even. So they need to sell it for more. So maybe they sell each candy bar for $1.25. And you may say, well, that's not fair. Well, no, that is fair. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for the convenience of buying it there. They have a service for you, and so they're making money from that service. So that's why they're getting that money. So here's the definition of markup. So in their previous example, we said that they were selling the candy bar for $1.25 per bar, but they bought it for 25 cents per bar. So the markup will be $1. Discounts. Now, whenever I think of discounts, I think of Kohl's, because Kohl's is the one that always has the discounts, right? They always have the coupons. They always have the things on sale at 20% off, 30% off. And so they have a really high markup because then they can go and give these deals, and then it looks like they're giving you a really good deal, but really their markup was so high that they can have these deals for you. But anyway, so a discount, you're going to see that a lot in life, where you have things that are percentage off. So that just means that you're paying less than the original price. So here's our definition of discounts. And a discount can either be an amount of money, like a set amount, or it could be a percent. So if it's a set amount, then you can just subtract that amount, but if it's a percent, you could use a proportion to calculate that percent. Our last box to fill in is on taxes. So taxes is monies that go to the government. And the one we're going to be working with the most here would be sales tax. And sales tax is often a percent of the purchase. So like in Pennsylvania, it's 6% sales tax. Other states can set their percent sales tax differently. But that's what you're mostly going to see word problems about, will be sales tax. So here's the definition: the money the government receives from every sale. And here is how you can use a proportion to calculate your sales tax. Here's the entire graphic organizer filled in. And if you missed anything, then here's a good time to pause and to be able to fill in the parts that you missed. We'll be using these terms in class in this investigation, and hopefully this graphic organizer will help you keep all these words together. Thanks.